Right, we're here with Stephanie Herrmann, head of Director of Marketing Communications at Sterling International, and they're the maker of the Rescue Pest Control products. Hello, Stephanie.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
So I want to know what are these rescue products? What are you guys doing?
We make insect traps that are environmentally responsible. So instead of using sprays or harmful chemicals that you're putting out into the atmosphere, we're actually luring insects inside a trap where they die either by dehydrating or drowning.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very controlled and low maintenance for the consumer. They don't have to seek out the insect. They just set the trap and let it do its thing.
So how are the bugs attracted into the traps? What do you guys use to do that, or how do you guys figure out how to get them in there?
Well, we have different methods, but we have a very extensive research lab, and we can actually take an insect antenna and hook it up to electrodes and test different scents.
And they're not harmed when you do this, right?
Well, yes, there are
but that's the whole point.
But
I mean,
it's
that's
for science. It's
right,
for science.
Right.
So we hook the insect antenna up while it's still alive, and so we test different naturally occurring scents on the antenna to see if it registers a reaction. We have it hooked up to a graph, and so if there's a substance that is particularly registers a strong reaction, we'll see a jump on the graph. That doesn't tell us at that point whether it's repellent or attractive to the insect. So that's when we have to replicate that scent and then go out in the field and test it.
Okay, cool. Now, why do you guys call the product line Rescue? Who are you rescuing?
Well, we're rescuing people from these insects. And way back when in the 80s, when we started out, we went through some different names, but we hit on Rescue the late 80s. And that was because a lot of the pest control products that were out there, they were all had death overtones. So, Black Flag and, Killing and Terminator and anything like that. We wanted to kind of get away from that and present a positive approach, because we're actually green, and we've been a green company from day one, even when it wasn't cool to be green. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Rescue is a positive sounding word, and it's been very successful for us.
Great. So I guess let's talk about you guys on Twitter. How long have you guys been on Twitter?
We've been on Twitter not very long, only since December of 2008.
Okay. And you guys, just to let everybody know, you guys are at twitter.com/rescue.
Yes.
So what's your style of communication on Twitter?
Well, when we started out, it was, I started Twittering, and it was kind of, I took the question literally, what are you doing? And so I was talking about us, the process through which we were going about to launch this product, the Y-Trap, which is our newest product. And talked about getting the injection molding machines up and running, and the production lines up and running. But then it kind of moved away from just rescue centric, and I started reaching out to other people and seeing what they were saying about insects. So I will search for different keywords: wasps, hornets, yellow jackets, wasp nests, insects, things like that, and kind of take a look at what people are saying out there. If they're talking about problems with these insects, then I'll just tweet a simple, hey, I saw your tweet about the wasp nest that's being built under your porch. We have a great product, check it out. Mm-hmm. Not a hard sell, but just kind of presenting ourselves as a resource.
Great. So originally, you guys got on Twitter just to kind of see what it was all about, or what did you guys have a strategy up front for getting on Twitter, or was it something you just kind of fell into and gave it a try?
Not really. I kind of wanted to give it a try. I didn't go out with a strategy other than to kind of get the word out about our new product and let people know about us. And it really, I see it as kind of a natural extension of what we do with our blog. We've had a blog since 2005. Mm-hmm. And so that is kind of, it's written in first person, so it's kind of a more personal approach to telling people about our company and our products and just what we do. And so Twitter is kind of a natural extension of that, just, in 140 characters or less, just a micro blogging platform. So it complements what we do on the blog nicely. And then I have the Twitter feed on the blog, so that's all incorporated.
Okay, great. So have you guys seen any direct correlation between having a presence on Twitter and any increases in sales or traffic to your blog or to your site?
I've seen a little bit of traffic to the blog, because that's what I do is I have the link not go to our homepage, rescue.com, but I have it go to the blog, because again, it's kind of a natural extension of that. So I have seen traffic coming from Twitter over to the blog. Sales, I wouldn't say there's a direct correlation with sales, but I have had people to whom I mentioned about our product, in response to something they said about wasp, for instance, they'll say, great, I'll check it out, or I'm going to go out and look for the Y trap this weekend, and because I've told people where to find it, what stores carry it, and so I've seen results that way. But also we happened to get a newspaper interview for the Spokesman Review, the local paper, through one of the tweets that I sent out in late December, early January. And so the reporter Tom Silva picked it up and interviewed me, and a story came out of that. Right. And then from that, we got an interview on KXLY. Okay. And so we've gotten some press coverage. There's a woman with a blog talk radio show that I connected with, so we ended up talking to her and being on their program. So those are some great results that we got.
Great. So are there any other social media sites other than Twitter that your company is using, or that you guys plan on using in the future?
We have a fan page on Facebook. It's just kind of there. We're not really driving a whole lot of people to it. We don't have a lot of fans on it, unfortunately. But look for Rescue if you're on Facebook and be our fan. So that's pretty much it.
And you guys have the blog also. So.
We have the blog. Well, we have our photos on Flickr.
Okay.
So, and actually,
like product photos.
Our product photos to make it easier for other blogs or newspapers or print media to find our photos. Right. And then we have a YouTube channel. So I guess that would be another thing. So,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So getting back to the Rescue line of products. Do you guys have any new products that are in development or that have just come out that you want to talk about?
We have something in development. It's actually a product for mosquitoes, which people have long asked us to come up with something for that. And we actually are working under a grant from the Department of Defense to come up with something, a repellent device that the soldiers in the Middle East could wear on their uniforms or on their person. And it would be a long-lasting, up to a month repellent for mosquitoes, kind of creating a force field or a barrier around you. So we've had some good breakthroughs with that, and that will be an ongoing project for at least the next year or so.
So is that something that we might be able to buy in the stores eventually?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
How long would that be down the road?
That would be a couple of years.
Okay.
Because once we come up with something that can be tested, it's got to be tested by the soldiers and the Department of Defense. And then when that's done, we would produce it for them first, and then we'd be able to produce it for consumers. And that would be a highly desired
would be great.
Item.
Well, we've been talking with Stephanie Herrmann, the Director of Marketing Communications with Sterling International, and they make the Rescue Pest Control products. And Stephanie, I want to thank you for your time.
Thank you.
All right.